To discuss Bitcoin, its rise, and what to expect next, we are joined by Greg Thomas from 375 Park Associates. Greg, thanks very much for joining us. Well, the rise was looking promising, but yesterday Bitcoin dropped below the 100-day moving average, opening the doors for a move lower. What are your thoughts on this, and what do you expect to see next?
Hi, Jack. It's good to talk to you again, and I hope you're enjoying what's left of the summer. In terms of your question on the thoughts about where Bitcoin is going, we have to accept that volatility is part of any investment, but in the case of Bitcoin, it would seem that the ups and downs are a bit more acute. That being said, the dip below the 50-day moving average, at least at this point, is still slight. Look at the 100-day and the 200-day moving averages. The general trend remains positive. Will be interesting to watch is how moves in the U.S. market, which is actually up this morning, impact Bitcoin prices over the next month. This is not only due to the increased volatility in the equities markets and the inverted yield curve here in the U.S., but also whether the SEC will move towards approving 3 Bitcoin-based ETFs by the October window or not. They've actually delayed that decision a couple of times, but I think eventually they're going to have to rule one way or another. That move could see investors flood the market at a time when hedging has become top of mind, and this could have the potential to push prices above their current level. This does not mean that we will see prices near historic highs anytime soon, but we do think that there is a possibility for the price to move up.
Greg, in your opinion, what are some of the factors that could lead to continued price growth?
Well, Jack, we see 5 keys. First, we have to get additional clarity on the moves that are coming out of China. Recently noted Bitcoin price shot up following a report from a Chinese bank, as well as moves by the PBOC to repeg the yuan. Add to this indications of other market manipulations, and we'll need to gain some more clarity on that issue. But definitely Bitcoin moves is related to what's happening in China to be something interesting to watch. Second, we believe that a global equity slump will be a net benefit for Bitcoin and other large cap cryptos as investors seek a hedge to cover their exposure in those markets. Third, as part of the trade war, the U.S. has labeled China as a currency manipulator. And this accusation came after Beijing significantly changed its policy of supporting the yuan, allowing it to slide against the dollar. For more investors, this means that having an alternative to traditional Forex makes sense. In fact, Kyle Bass from Heyman Capital Management noted earlier this week when he stated, if you're in Asia and China and you're looking in a closed currency system and you're in Hong Kong and you can't seem to get a big conversion of Hong Kong dollars to US dollars, what are you going to buy? I think the answer, what he's indicating is the answer is Bitcoin or another crypto. Fourth, as I stated earlier, the moves by the SEC and other regulators to approve exchanges and ETFs will only serve to increase the investor pool. And this would be a net positive for Bitcoin and other large cap cryptos. Fifth is the geopolitical risk, be it the ongoing protests in Hong Kong, where Beijing could use economic tools as opposed to military action to silence dissent, though military action or the threat thereof in a major financial market is already taking its toll. Or we could look at the increased likelihood of a no-deal Brexit. Either way, we are in uncharted territory. This is largely because Bitcoin is so new compared to other investment vehicles that we haven't seen it really take on safe haven status yet, though it could do that at least early on.
Looking forward, what is your overall assessment of the space? Are you generally positive about the long-term prospects?
Well, Jack, we believe that cryptocurrency is the future of money. Now, this is not to say that Bitcoin or Ethereum or another crypto currently on the market will be that future, but we do believe that crypto, in theory, is where money is going to go. To put it succinctly, in terms of Bitcoin, we are generally positive on the long-term prospects for it, in that we believe it will remain within the current price range going into 2020, and that say is between $9,500 US to $11,500 US. We do see a remote possibility of a high near the $15,000 level, though a lot of things would need to break in Bitcoin's favor for this to happen.
Well, a big thank you to Greg, and thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this interview and would like to find out more, be sure to head over to dukascopy.tv.